kudos to them. I thought they were a load to handle. I thought our first half was better than our second half, even though the point differential doesn't show that. I thought our energy level was better. I thought it was more mistake-driven early. We let them, and obviously they're trying to get you in transition, so give them credit. But I thought we let them get loose from three. I thought the three-point line was what got them out in front and got the double-digit lead. They went 5 for 9 in the first half from three. They got us in transition 3 or 4 times on those, not in half-court offense. Our ability to get back and get matched up was not good, and I thought that was huge. I thought going into the game, as much as, certainly talk about the two big guys, they're terrific. And, Swanigan's gotten double-double against a lot of teams. I kind of expected that. The point differential on three-point shooting and the point differential on free throw points is 21. And that was my concern going into the game. It's a 23-point game. I was as worried about those two areas as I was their size. You guys have got great respect for their size. I've watched them a lot, and they do that to a lot of people. But the three-point shooting and the differential on the points there, and then the free throw shooting. Now, ironically, we got to the line the same amount as they did, 22 times. We did not cash in like they did. Give them credit. They stepped up and made 20 out of 22. We were 11 for 22, so that was a 9-point differential there. 3 turnovers on the road. Obviously, we're going to take that anytime we can get it. And our defensive rebounding percentage against that size, again, we did a great job there. But second half, I didn't think the energy and effort level was where it was in the first half, even though the point differential did not show that. I thought some guys did compete, but we didn't have, I thought we attached our defense a little bit too much to our offense, to the fact that we had missed some shots and weren't scoring. We've got to be better with that, because that's happened a couple different times now. I expect more with that. So, we right now have got to be a much more consistent basketball team. I just even think about the last 3 games where I thought the Michigan game, we played both ends well. I thought the Maryland game, we were, really good defensively, maybe our best defensive performance of the year, and not very good offensively. Then today, we don't make free throws, we don't make threes. Offensively, we weren't great, but I thought defensively we were worse than we were last week. So, we've got to be a lot more consistent. Certainly that's what we're going to be talking to them about, is that end of the floor, defending better than what we did today. But I give them credit. Their size. Those two guys did a great job up front. And the way we thought about it going in, I knew that the three-point shooting and the free throw points were going to be a big deal. And at the end of the day, that was about the differential in the game.
Coach, you talk about Malcolm Hill. He never really got into a rhythm. What were their wings really doing to get him?
Well, I thought he took what was there. I don't know how many assists he had, but it seemed like a 5 to 0. I thought he made guys better. He was 5 to 0 assist to turnover, was 6 for 12 from the field. So that means he attributed to, if none of his assists were on threes, 22 plus points. I've got no problem with him. I'd like for him to rebound it a little bit better, but some of our guys were getting a lot of those. We got 18 out of 21 back on the defensive glass against a team of that size that rebounds it that well. So, did a good job there. I've got no problem with certainly with the way that he played. I thought he competed. I thought maybe he had a little bit more pop in the first half than the second half on the defensive end. But all in all, I thought he made our team better with the pass and took what was there.
John, you got 3 Big Ten road games this season and 3 first halves where you've fallen behind by double digits. Is there something in game prep where they're just not coming out?
Nah, they've all been a little bit different. We were talking about that back in the locker room. Today it was threes early. I thought in the first half, and gives Swanigan credit, he really stayed with it for the 40 minutes. He's physical and just really, really a good player. But I thought Morgan really battled him in the first half and made him earn stuff. And Mab did a good job with that. Second half, I don't feel the same way. I'll have to watch the film. But, each game's different, Scott. I don't know if you can, every game's different. The opponent's different. Obviously, we're concerned about, you know, our defense, I think, has been the one common denominator. You know, we've given up 91 today. I don't remember. I think it's maybe 96 against Indiana. I don't remember, but too many points nonetheless. Okay, and you've got to defend, especially when you're playing away from home in this league. We know that. Our guys know that. We've got to be better.
Coach, was the concern about the three-point shooting, Purdue's three-point shooting, kind of indicative of maybe not doubling as much on Haas and Swanigan?
Yeah, we called it on and off. You know, Swanigan can really pass now. I've watched a lot. He's a very unselfish player. And Haas is not bad either, passing the ball. They're unselfish players. I just think you start opening up both ends maybe. And again, it's just a decision. You saw us double it a few times there. We forced one turnover. Then the next time it led to a basket. You know, so you're kind of, you know, playing Russian roulette there a little bit. And, you know, it's all, we've trapped them in the past and before, and sometimes we haven't. You know, I think they put a lot of guys out there. The one thing, you know, they've obviously been good here, you know, for a while, but not very often, if you look at the stat sheet, is there a guy out there around those post players that can't shoot? You know, not very often. You know, so I think they really, the hardest thing defending them is picking your poison.
John, 3 Big Ten road games, lost by 20 plus in each game. Are you concerned about your team's competitiveness on the road? How big of a concern?
Well, no, not necessarily. I thought our energy and effort was really good, and I thought for 32 minutes in Indiana we played our, oh geez, did we play hard. So, you know, I'd like to do it more for 40. All coaches would like that. We got to play for 40 minutes with the same execution, the same energy and pop, but, you know, those guys care. I mean, they compete, you know. Maverick Morgan was competing against Swanigan in the first half. I think we all saw that. That was really, really physical. You know, we got a lot of deflections in the first half. I thought Hill was flying around. I thought Lucas really competed. You know, Tracy came up with 4 defensive rebounds and a half for the first time in a while. I just think it's more execution. It's more, you know, consistency with it, Jeremy, than what we had today.
You saw their freshman point guard Carson Edwards for the first time live today. What were your impressions of him? You know, he had a couple of threes to start.
Yeah, he played great. We were concerned about him coming in because certainly we've seen his stats when they play well or won and when they didn't. And you know, he's an X factor. I like his game. You know, he's aggressive. He competes. He plays hard. You know, our freshman does the same thing. You know, I don't know how Matt feels. Maybe neither one of them are perfect. You know, but they compete their tails off. You know, I thought Lucas did that for us too. But yeah, I like his game a lot.
Guarding Purdue in the 4 and 5 position, the way they interchange Swanigan, Haas, and give you different looks, how difficult is that? I mean, they had over 30 points combined, Swanigan and Haas in the second half.
Yeah, obviously it's too many for a half. I thought we were better in the first half against them. But, you know, it puts you in a dilemma. They have that ability to where they can play, you know, if they play Vince Edwards at the 4, it's like having a guard, you know, at the 4. Obviously they can play the 2 big guys together as well, so they can give you different looks. You know, we do that a little bit with Finke and Hill and Kipper as well. So I do think it makes you a little bit more difficult when you have the ability to go either, you know, what some people call small ball or skill ball, and some people call big ball. You know, and they certainly give you both those looks.
Yes, you know, with defense maybe being the point of emphasis, what's maybe a concern on offense, you know, with the second half against Maryland, and then you got to 40% tonight, but it was just some late baskets that got you there. Is there one area that you're more concerned with?
Yeah, I got to make more shots. I thought we had some pretty good ones in the first half even. That's why I thought we played better. I thought Black missed one right at the rim. I thought we missed 2 or 3 layups. Obviously, we didn't shoot very well from the free throw line all night. You know, I'd like to be able to control that, the free throw shooting more, but, you know, my dad told me a long time ago you can't make them form once they get there. So, you know, 11 for 22, Scott, obviously is not very good. You know, we got to be better than that. You know, and obviously they tonight were exceptional. Give them credit. I mean, 91% from the free throw line, 20 for 22, plus 9 on the same attempts. So give Purdue credit. They made theirs and we did not make ours.
John, before the season, you thought this group could be special. You know, now you're 2 and 4 in the Big Ten. Just what do you think is lacking to maybe hit that somewhat?
Well, consistency, like we've just talked about, I think we played some good stretches of basketball, Jeremy, and the individuals have to be more consistent. Our defense and offense have to be more consistent. We played good stretches of games or good games or had a run of games, and we need to be a lot more consistent. And then we need some individuals to step up, that have got to play better than they're playing right now. It just is what it is. That's the reality of it. So, we've still got a lot of season left. It's still, we got a lot of Big Ten games left. I always tell them we don't get, too high or too low with, with a game. Now we got to, get them back for class tomorrow, get them a day off. They went a lot.